It's time to start your morning by taking 5. Here's your host, Matt McMaster.
You're listening to Take 5, a quick 5-minute take on the biggest things happening in Nebraska sports. I'm your host, Matt McMaster, and today we're talking about Mr. 21, Emmett Johnson, the most effective and efficient football player at this point on Nebraska's offense, who has carried a massive load for this team this season, but will be asked to carry an even heavier load as the year goes on now that Dylan Raiola is injured, and the pass game just, while it won't be terrible, I don't anticipate it being terrible. TJ Lateef won't be as effective as it was with number 15 behind center. So Emmett Johnson has had an incredible year, and Nebraska's gonna lean on him more this season. But I want to talk about his progression, man. I think this has been such an incredible story for EJ. You know, came in here, didn't really do anything his first year. His second year, he was the fourth running back. Two guys get hurt in front of him, Ramir Johnson and Gabe Ervin Jr. He's then thrusted into a role that maybe he's not fully ready for. He's behind Anthony Grant. You head to the next year. There's some skepticism on whether or not he can really be the guy, and so Nebraska brings in Dante Dowdell, and Dowdell and him kind of switched off those RB1 roles as the season went on. And then when Dana Holgorsen was brought in, you kind of saw a new EJ, a more utilized version of EJ, Emmett Johnson, whose receiving skills were being used to a very high level. And, you know, you entered this offseason and you were confident that he was going to be good. You were confident that he was, you know, RB1 and everything like that, but there still wasn't that optimism that, hey, he could go ahead and be one of the best running backs in the Big Ten. And typically it's because you just don't see a ton of late bloomers when it's to running backs, right? They come out pretty hot, they come out pretty good, they peak, and then from that point on, they're plateauing and kind of staying the same. Emmett Johnson has had this steady rise from season to season, and now it's week to week, because in that first game of the season this year against Cincinnati, it's not as if he was a world beater. He got the ball a lot, but he wasn't, you know, he had 4 yards a carry. His yards per reception weren't very high. He was just a guy who was a safety valve who touched the ball a lot, but he wasn't this effective running back that was going to win Nebraska games. And then all of a sudden, after Michigan week, after the bye week, he goes ahead, he plays Michigan State, albeit he doesn't touch the ball a lot. But you go, wow, he's got some burst. Wow, he looks faster. Wow, he's kind of cleaned some things up when it comes to hitting holes in the pocket. He's not dancing around as much. And that progressed into the next week against Maryland. And it progressed, you know, he wasn't used as much as he needed to be against Minnesota, but when he was given the ball, he looked incredibly effective. When he was given the ball against Northwestern, he was awesome. When he was given the ball against USC, he was the best thing they had going. And so he turned into a reliable running back, into one of the best running backs in the country. I mean, this is no longer just a Nebraska, isolated Nebraska conversation of, oh, you know, Emmett Johnson's been really good for the Huskers. No, Emmett Johnson has been great, period. End of story. He's second in the country in rushing. He's first in the country amongst Power 4 running backs in rushing. He is ahead of guys like Ahmad Hardy. He's ahead of guys like Justice Haynes. He's ahead of guys like Jeremiah Love. And, you know, those three guys I mentioned, those are household names. Those are guys that you marked at the beginning of the year, hey, they're probably going to be in the conversation for the Doak Walker Award. All three of those guys, Hardy, Love, and Haynes, have less yards than Emmett Johnson, and they're running behind Joe Moore Ward watch list offensive lines. Like, Emmett Johnson isn't just going out there and he's benefiting from this incredible run blocking that Nebraska football is giving him, albeit I think that this offensive line has been underrated in their ability to block in the run, especially on the interior. But it's not like as if Emmett is just kind of taking what's given to him. He's made 50. He's recorded 53 missed tackles. So that's fourth in the country. I mean, he is so elusive. He's become quicker. He's become faster. He's become, he's been able to get skinnier in some holes. Like, this is a guy that, it wasn't just, hey, the work he did in the offseason that translated to what he's doing now. It's been the work that he's put through this season and the lessons he's learned in the season from game to game to game that's made him one of the best RBs in the country. And so this video and this Take 5 is really just about put some respect on Emmett Johnson's name. The guy's the only P4 running back in the country to have over 1,000 yards. He's doing this, a lot of this on his own. He's had a lot of yards after contact. He's made a lot of guys miss. He's one of the most elusive running backs in the country. And so I think that we've been talking a lot about the Blake Horvaths and the Jeremiah Loves and the Kawan Lacey's and the Justice Haynes and the Ahmad Hardys. But on a national level, we are not giving enough respect to a guy wearing number 21 in red who should be on the Doak Walker Award watch list and should be a guy that, if he continues to have the dominance that he's had this season, the last 3 games of the year, and continues to up his efficiency, which he's done, we got to give more respect to him. So 21 for the Scarlet and Cream has been absolutely incredible. Emmett Johnson, by far the MVP of this season so far, and they're going to need him to be as Nebraska takes on UCLA on Saturday with a backup quarterback. And so this year is going to come down to how much can you count on EJ, and can EJ get you over the finish line this season? I think he can. He's been doing it in the last couple of games. He's been incredibly reliable. So shout out number 21, Emmett Johnson for Nebraska. All right, that's been Take 5. I've been Matt McMaster.